Thanks for tuning into another video. I'm Nathan, and today we're going to be going over these 5 products that I use on every ride or to prepare the bike for the ride. So for our first product, we have these Concepts Hellion Clip Shoes. They retail for $235 Canadian, and I picked these up a few weeks ago. Starting out with the shoe construction, they feature a stiff sole, and they are lace-up design that use a Velcro strap on the top. One small touch I really like about these shoes is they feature an elastic strap that holds the excess lace loops when you've tied your shoes down. This is something I haven't seen on other shoes, and it is a very nice touch to keep the laces nice and tidy and out of the way from getting caught on your pedals or cranks. Another cool feature is on the toe and heel box in kind of areas that can get hit and are more susceptible to damage. They feature this kind of, it's almost like a truck bed liner material, and this just increases the durability of the shoe. One of my favorite features about the shoe is how adjustable the cleat box area is. On most shoes, I slam the cleat back as far as it can go, and I find that is a good spot for my riding. However, on the Concepts, I can slide the cleats too far back, which is awesome. I think this extra adjustability is huge, and many riders will love it. In terms of comfort, these are the most comfortable clip shoe I have owned. In the past, I've had experience with bad foot pain and feet cramps on longer rides. With these Concept shoes, I haven't experienced any of that, and I'm super happy with them. As well, they're super easy to get in and out. I've had some past shoes where without a shoehorn, it is a struggle. If you're looking for an enduro shoe that's nice and comfortable, I would highly recommend these Concepts Hellion shoes. For my second product, we have the Topeak Joe Blow Booster Pump. This costs $260 Canadian, which is crazy expensive in my opinion for a bike pump. What is this pump? This is a tubeless booster pump, so it has this booster chamber in here and then a regular floor pump as well. How does this pump work for seating tubeless tires? Well, first, you pump up the chamber. It has a max pressure of 160 psi. Once you pump that up, then you're going to twist the knob on the pressure gauge and it lets out all the air in one go. And then hopefully the tire should pop on the bead. What do I really like about this pump? Well, the build quality is super good. The whole thing's metal, it's super heavy, you pick it up, and this thing just feels nice. It is a high quality pump. The other thing I really like is it features pressure release valves. On the end of the air hose, there's a little button and you can relieve the pressure to lower your tire pressure. I think this is a super nice touch. It does the job for seating tubeless tires, definitely better than a floor pump. However, it is still no compressor. And I think for $260, you're better off to wait until there's a good sale at Home Depot and buy a compressor and then buy a much cheaper floor pump. Another thing I don't love about this pump is the attachment to the tire. It works for Presta and Schrader valves. It works awesome for Presta valves. However, I have found it has not been very good with Schrader valves. The pressure gauge for this pump features bars on the inner ring and PSI on the outer ring, and as a result, I've found it very challenging to read an exact reading in PSI. This is something I am not a huge fan of, but I guess all the true bike nerds know you should be using a separate pressure gauge anyways. Next, we have these 100% Armega Goggles. These I'm really happy with. I think they're a super stylish looking goggle, and I think they're pretty awesome. I got these with the clear lens, and as well they come with this nice little nose guard piece. I took it off, but I know some people like that if it's really dusty, or the moto guys like it. These goggles are designed for mountain biking and moto. I think they're super comfortable. I've worn these goggles with both my half shell and full face. I found they fit super well with the full face. I really like how the goggle strap has these arms to extend and fit out. Makes for a really good fit. Yeah, they work well with the half shell and full face. I really like how the lens comes in and out. There's just 2 tabs on the side. You flick it, the lens pops out super easily. One thing that's worth noting is the field of view of these goggles is a tiny bit smaller than other brands. I had a pair of Smith goggles before us, tiny bit wider, but once you're on the trail, ride it once. I didn't notice a difference at all. I don't think it matters, and I found these are super comfortable. Another thing that happens is the nose piece is quite angled, and when I'm really looking up on the trail, sometimes my nose bumps into the end of it, but not an issue, just something to worth noting. For lens fogging, I found these goggles are just as good as any other goggle. They fog up a bit, especially on really humid days, but there are a few tricks you can do, and you'll get this with any goggle. But I found maybe putting shaving cream or anti-dandruff shampoo on the goggle lenses stops the fogging, and I have to do that with any goggle. Overall, I think these goggles are awesome. I love how they look, they're comfortable, and the vision is very good. This is an entry-level toolbox from X Tools. I've had this toolbox for about 7 years now, and it is the best mountain biking purchase I have ever made. If not, one of the best purchases I've ever made in my entire life. So let's get into what this toolbox comes with. So starting out with the case, it comes with this plastic case, and it has locking spots for every tool, which is really nice. It's convenient, it holds everything in there. The one drawback is as your toolbox grows, you can't add to this toolbox. So, what tools are in the toolbox? Starting with the tool that I use the most, the Allen keys. It has this nice set of ball-pointed Allen keys ranging from 2mm to 6mm, and then as well a separate 8mm that's bigger with this nice rubber grip, which is great for pedals and stuff. You can really reef on it. The Allen keys as well have these nice ball points, making it easy to get into nooks and crannies when you're tightening things. Along with the Allen keys, there's a T25. It is round, it's a little bit slips out of your hand, but it still works well. For more bike specific stuff, we have a nice bottom bracket tool, again with that rubber grip. We have a chain whip, again with that nice rubber grip. This one has seen some wear, but I've been using this toolbox for about 7 years now, and this tool gets a lot of use. It has 2 sets of cone wrenches with different sizes. There's a nice 15mm pedal wrench, again with that rubber coating, and a 15 and 14mm socket. There's 2 screwdrivers, one smaller, one bigger, one flathead, and then you can switch it out like so to get your other head. There's a chain breaker tool. This one's nice and solid. A crank puller, cassette tool, spoke keys. This toolbox as well did come with some tire levers. Those were the only tool that this came with that broke. They were nice and long but easy to snap. But I've since upgraded to some muck-off tire levers, which seem to work much better. That's the one drawback with this toolbox. This brings me to the quality of these tools. So there's lots of tools. The quality, I would say, is in the middle. It's decent. They're not the best tool. It's definitely not as good as your shop grade park tool tools. But for $90, this has everything you need to work on a bike. I bought this toolbox right when I got into mountain biking, and I didn't know a thing about working on bikes. So I've had this toolbox as I've learned how to work on bikes the whole time, and it is perfect. I still use it to this day, and I don't really feel the need to upgrade. I don't know if this exact toolbox is still made, but I would highly recommend buying an entry-level toolbox that includes all the specific mountain bike tools you need. Something that includes a chain whip, cassette tool, bottom bracket tool, and a nice set of Allen keys. It is so much nicer to work on bikes with Allen keys that are removable instead of a multi-tool. There's going to be a bit of biasy on this next product because this is the hip hauler from NWG Outdoor Gear, which is my own brand, but I figure I'd still walk you through everything I like about it and the design choices I made. So starting out with the bag, this is a 5-liter capacity hip pack that incorporates inner tube on the bottom panel for this cool, unique style and a bit more durability. This is a pretty large hip pack. It's good for those longer day missions where you still don't want to wear a backpack, but you want to carry all your snacks, tools, and a lot of water. Starting out the back, there's a nice mesh panel on the back, and then nice adjustable waist strap. There's a handle on the top I really like, makes it easy to grab your bag and go hang it up when you store it, that kind of thing. On the front, we have these kind of loops you can hook or tie stuff to, and then we have these clips on the bottom, nice and adjustable. You can use to like hang your helmet off there, a chin bar, or you can roll up a jacket, slide it under there. It features 2 main pockets. So the back pocket's designed for a water bladder. This can hold a 1.5 liter water bladder, and there's a nice little hole for the tube to come out as well. And then in this front pocket, we have all your tools. So what do I keep in here? I got some glasses, pump, tire lever, gloves, multi-tool, tire repair kit, and CO2. And then on the inside of this main pouch, there's some separators in here, 2 little chambers, so that's kind of where I put my multi-tool, phone, patch kit, kind of holds it in, prevents it from rattling around, keeps the bag a bit more organized. One of the other features that I thought was really important to include is pockets on both the hip pouches. I love to put my car keys in these, or snacks and garbage. It's super convenient. You don't have to worry about twisting the pack around when you're on the trail. This was very important for me with this bag. I've been using this sample version for a few months now, and I'm really liking it. I've found it's quite comfortable to wear, sits nice on my hips. I'm super excited to be launching this product. It's been super fun, kind of the journey of the business and trying to get it going. So obviously I can't give you a true opinion on this bag because it is my own product. I'm gonna be super biased, but I think it's awesome. I love it. If you guys are interested, you can check it out in the link in the description and head to nwgoutdoorgear.com. Thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed these 5 products. Let me know what I should review next. And if you guys could please subscribe for more, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.